You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
Team coverage this morning on back-to-school preparedness, including how local law enforcement is preparing for social media threats.
Plus, developing overnight, the results of the Ohio special elections are too close to call still this morning. We'll tell you why this election could go down in history.
And look at this car accident, the unique item the driver is blaming for the cause.
Another car?
Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. There's a tease for you.
Right, that is my driving school experience right there.
Yes, good morning. It is Wednesday, August the 8th. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. John Scalzi is off on vacation this week. In for him today is Josh Stone.
All right, Stephanie and Ray. Yeah, we're waking up to a temperature of 76 degrees with clear skies, dew point at 75. 97% of the humidity, wind out of the southeast at 8 miles per hour right now. Radar remains quiet, but much like yesterday, we're going to have those showers and storms fire up this afternoon. I don't think they're going to be as widespread, but we really didn't have widespread showers and storms yesterday, just concentrated in certain areas. But looks like that's going to be the same situation today, if not a little less than what we saw yesterday. Starting out with sunny skies, partly cloudy in the afternoon, and then with the heating of the day, we'll get those showers and storms. A little change comes our way over the weekend. We'll break that down for you when I come back, show you the 7-day outlook. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, Josh. Let's check the traffic right now. So far, so good in Manatee County. So let's go farther south now and check out the northern half of Sarasota County. Nothing really in the red, a little congestion. Minor, though, on Bee Ridge Road in both directions. And then our final map for the south will show, drum roll please, a little buildup there on 681, the bypass, or the connector rather, off 75 toward 41. Some early morning congestion there, otherwise all clear at 5:02.
Well, we have special team coverage again this morning. It's our back to school week as we gear up for the start of the new year. Now, the theme this morning is school safety. In just a bit, we're going to have ABC 7's Jackie Kelly live in Sarasota County with an update on the closing of School Avenue to keep the high school campus a little safer there.
But first, Marla Spence is live in Manatee County with how the district plans to deal with social media threats this year. Marla?
Good morning, guys. I'm live here at the Manatee County School District, and officials here tell us they are ready for a fresh start this new school year after experiencing a handful of school threats back in February after the Parkland shooting. They tell us this year that those social media threats and on-campus threats will be dealt with zero tolerance as they try to enforce safety this new school year. Now, this past school year, we covered several threats that happened at Riverview High School, Manatee High School, and Braden River High School. We did talk to quite a few parents then who said they were withdrawing their kids and putting them in home or virtual school. Now, we wanted to know if this impacted enrollments for this new school year in any way. The school district tells us that it did not, and that enrollments have actually been steady. In fact, they did tell us that enrollments will continue to grow, and they will be growing by 4,000 students with the opening of 3 brand new schools starting fall of 2019. And the school district also tells us that 1,000 new students come to the district each and every year. And this new school year, so many changes have been made to secure safety and to keep students safe this year. And one school district official tells us there will be serious consequences if a threat is made on any of those campuses.
After Parkland, there was copycats, and they were dealt with swiftly by law enforcement. It is a second-degree felony to make a threat against a school.
And coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to be telling you some other consequences that comes along with social media threats and on-campus threats, and what parents and students can do if they see something. Reporting live in Manatee County, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Marla. Well, as many teachers know firsthand, sometimes it's tough to have enough classroom supplies to last a full school year. So a Texas woman has kicked off a nationwide project to help teachers stock up this year. It's a Facebook page called Help a Teacher, and it was started a little more than 5 months ago. It now has 45,000 likes online. Now, that page lets all teachers post a link to their Amazon wish lists that are filled with school supplies for the year. The page's founder, Debbie Scott, says since the start, donors across the country have really stepped in to help.
It's thousands. It's in the thousands. We know that. When a teacher receives a gift, we ask them to post a picture. Some do, and we know that some don't. And so there's really no way for us to know the impact, the full impact that Help a Teacher's had.
Now, if you would like to help out, or if you know a teacher that could use the help, it is a free resource open to all teachers. You can find it online under Help a Teacher on Facebook.
Venice Elementary and Middle School see an increase in police officers this school year. Officers will serve as school resource officers. They've been training the past few weeks there. So starting Monday, the shared campus of Venice High and Venice Elementary will have 3 full-time police officers on that campus. All 3 completed the school resource officer advanced training this summer and learned how to improve security on campus, how to identify threats, and most importantly, how to respond to an active shooter incident.
Well, another reminder about school zones as we gear up for the new year. Sarasota police will be out in full force to make sure that drivers remember those slower speed limits during school hours.
Allow yourself plenty of time in the morning to adjust for being late or dealing with kids that are going to be walking everywhere, riding bicycles. So just please be mindful of the children.
Now, fines for speeding in a school zone and passing a school bus can range anywhere from $150 to $450. A few other reminders: stop for school buses when the side stop sign is out and those red lights are flashing, even if the bus is on the opposite side of the road.
And as a reminder, we'll have team coverage on Good Morning Suncoast all this week. We're going on in depth on what Manatee and Sarasota counties are doing ahead of the first day of school on Monday, the 13th of August. Other news now in Ohio. All eyes are on a congressional race in Columbus. Voters went to the polls yesterday, but this morning that election is still too close to call. As reporter Mary Alice Parks tells us, some call this the best barometer for this fall's midterm elections.
Overnight, just 3 months before the midterm elections in November, a major political matchup coming down to the final few votes. President Trump tweeting that his visit to Ohio's 12th congressional district was enough to help Republican Troy Balderson eke out a win in the special election. Balderson thanked the president in his speech.
Over the next 3 months, I'm going to do everything I can to keep America great again.
But late into the night, the race still too close to call. So many provisional ballots remain uncounted, the race could end up in a recount. The nail-biter letting both sides claim a victory of sorts. The Democrat Danny O'Connor did make up huge ground in this area that had been a Republican stronghold for decades. The last Republican member of Congress won this Ohio district by over 30 points in 2016. President Trump won by double digits, too. The state's Republican Governor John Kasich summarized the race on ABC's This Week over the weekend.
It's really kind of shocking because this should be just a slam dunk, and it's not.
Another race the president thought he would be able to put away cleanly, the Republican gubernatorial primary in Kansas. The president's pick, Chris Kobach, there, still in a dead heat overnight with the incumbent Republican governor. Mary Alice Parks, ABC News, New York.
The fourth and final suspect wanted in connection to a Florida rapper's murder is now finally in police custody. Trayvon Newsom was booked in the Broward County Jail yesterday, turning himself in through his lawyer. He's now facing charges of first-degree murder and robbery with a deadly weapon. Florida rapper Extentacion, real name Jasa Onfroy, was shot and killed earlier this summer in a robbery gone wrong over in Deerfield Beach. 3 others have already been arrested in connection to that shooting.
Florida lawmakers have until Friday to respond to a request for a special session to revisit the state's Stand Your Ground law. So far, all 16 Senate Democrats and 23 of the 41 House Democrats, including Sarasota's Margaret Good, seen here, signed that request. It's asking the Florida Department of State to poll the entire legislature on holding a special session on Stand Your Ground. The request comes in response to last month's shooting death of a man who pushed down another man violently in Clearwater. Now, no charges have been filed against the shooter, with the Pinellas Sheriff saying the gunman is protected under the state's Stand Your Ground law.
The All Faiths Food Bank has a new tool to help fight hunger here on the Suncoast. This new refrigerated truck is going to be used to pick up and deliver fresh and frozen foods to neighbors in need throughout Sarasota and DeSoto counties. Now, they're going to be making their first delivery tomorrow. ABC7 has teamed up with All Faiths Food Bank and the Food Bank of Manatee County to help out all the families in need here. Now, if you want help or know someone who does, all you have to do is head online to mysuncoast.com/hunger.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, a new study on self-driving cars. Are they safe or More harm than good.
And a little later in the hour, no thank you. A little too close for comfort for one Northport family and a scary encounter with a very poisonous snake in their home. But first,
it is 5:10 right now on this Wednesday morning. There's a shot outside our studios, a little aerial view looking back at downtown Sarasota. As far as the Wednesday forecast, Josh Stone in for John Scalzi.
All right, Ray and Stephanie, temperatures right now in the mid to upper 70s. Nothing to show you on the radar. Right now, that changes, though, this afternoon with some showers and storms that start to pop up, and our highs today topping out in the low 90s. What's the upcoming weekend have in store for us and the first day of school next week? We'll let you know in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
So, you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So, pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-965-2704.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-965-2704.
Another pair of satisfied emotions. Looks to me like elation and maybe some amazement. It's part of the Honda Summer Spectacular event experience. You could say satisfaction comes standard here, just like the Honda Accord comes standard with a luxurious, roomy interior. All at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
We see it all the time.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Accord, 2018's North American Car of the Year.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
Welcome back. Good to see you. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. We're looking at the radar. Not much to show you here. A few showers out here in the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico. That's about it. Radar remains very quiet on this Wednesday morning, but that changes later on this afternoon. Now, just to look at what's happened over the last 12 hours, we had some heavy rain in eastern Charlotte County, up to 2 inches, and some isolated spots over here around a ½ inch in between Northport and Punta Gorda, and a ½ inch maybe on the northern end of Anna Maria Island or just off the coast there. But still, some spotty, heavier showers took place yesterday afternoon and early yesterday evening, and looks like we could have a similar situation as we go through this afternoon, but I think the coverage is going to be a little bit less because we're in transition now as the wind are slowly going to shift over the weekend, and we'll show you that in just a second. 76 degrees right now. For the most part, mostly clear skies. We have dry air still kind of hanging on top of the state of Florida, but as you can see, it's eroding away now. We have an area of high pressure to the northeast of Florida. At least it was the northeast of Florida yesterday. This is slipping south now. So instead of more of a northeast easterly wind like we saw over the last couple of days, we're going to have more of that southeasterly wind today. And then as we get into the weekend, as this continues to move further south, we have more of that southwesterly westerly wind, and that's going to help ignite showers in the morning hours and then move them inland, other than igniting the shower activity inland and then moving them westward. So you can see what's happening here today. A few showers. Some could be heavy, like I said, but I don't think the coverage is going to be widespread by any means. All right, looking at the tropics, we're still monitoring this flare up here. It's a subtropical storm, so not tropical, subtropical, just under tropical characteristics. This is Debbie, has sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, but the path of Debbie takes it over shipping interest to the northern Atlantic over cooler waters, and it will slowly start to dissipate. Some activity, though, just out of interest, talking about this, in the Pacific Ocean. We have a Category 2 storm here. This is Hurricane John, and a tropical storm, and this is Christy. But that's not the big story. The big story is this major hurricane that's tracking just to the south of Hawaii. This is Hurricane Hector, has sustained winds of 125 miles per hour. It's Category 3 storm. As it makes its way westward, it's going to bring very heavy surf to the Big Island and some of the other islands over here in Hawaii. And I'm sure the surfers are going to be very happy about that. For the beach and boating forecast, expect a south wind at 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet with a light chop in the bays. Temperature at the beach, 90 degrees. Inland temperature in Sarasota, 91, but watch out for the skies. PM showers and storms will get going and could produce some gusty winds and some lightning strikes. So tomorrow and Friday looks to be a little less of a rain chance, and then as you can see over the weekend and by the first day of school of next Monday, we're going to have more of that southwesterly flow, bringing shower activity maybe in the morning hours, maybe around the bus stop, and then as we get into the afternoon, most of the heavier showers and thunderstorms will be inland and then track further towards the east. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Josh. Let's take a look outside and check out your first alert traffic. Starting off in Manatee County, those roads are looking pretty decent out there. Even the bridges are running pretty smooth this morning, so nothing going on too much in Manatee County. Then in Sarasota County, the top half, those roads are looking pretty decent as well there. Not too much going on. Pretty smooth again there. And if you're heading into South County, both 75 and 41 are running pretty good this morning. Nothing of note right now on your first alert traffic. It is 5:18. Well, Tesla has been in the hot seat in the past few months over the autopilot feature in some of their models. So just how safe are they? Well, Candace Gibson has a story from New York.
The new test, conducted by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, rated the driver assist systems of both the Tesla Model S and Model 3, plus a BMW 5 Series, a Mercedes-Benz E-Class, and a Volvo S90. The focus was on the vehicle's adaptive cruise control, lane keeping, and automatic braking. The results were mixed. Some cars did better on some tests and worse on others. The Tesla Model S had particular problems staying in its lane, and both Teslas ended up hitting stationary objects in front of them.
And in certain situations where it loses the lane lines, it may have erratic behavior.
In fact, researchers found some of the driver-assisted systems mistook shadows on the roads for objects, and others even steered the vehicles into a crash rather than away from it. The research highlighted a Tesla crash last March when a Tesla Model X, reportedly with its autopilot engaged, slammed into a concrete highway barrier in the San Francisco Bay Area, killing a 38-year-old Apple engineer. Researchers also suggest that videos showing drivers engaged in activities like eating burgers while their cars are on autopilot are sending the wrong message.
If something unexpected happened to that driver while he was doing another activity, he doesn't have enough time to respond appropriately, And again, that can result in a dangerous situation. It's important to remain engaged, to keep your hands on the steering wheel, because this is not full autonomy, it's a driver assistance system.
Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
I'm not sure I'd trust a self-driving car, would you?
I don't trust the cars that I drive myself, so definitely not a self-driving car.
I've seen you drive,
right?
that's true.
Maybe the autopilot would be better in my case.
Heavy on the pedal here, folks.
I'm Mario Andretti. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. Could Tesla soon become a privately held company? And remember the Palm Pilot? Well, it is making a comeback. We'll have those stories for you in today's Tech Bites.
And next half hour, we continue our special back-to-school team coverage. What mental health counselors think parents should say to kids before the start of school. It's all about the emotional backpack.
I like those words.
Interesting concept.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Should see a high of 92 degrees. Slight chance of rain later on. Right now, about 76. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night, or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night, and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Welcome back. It is 5:23 and Houston, we got a problem. Here's something you don't see every day. So just how does your car end up on top of another car? Well, the 67-year-old driver is blaming her shoes, actually her flip-flops. She says the top of her shoe got wedged into the car's pedals, so she accidentally accelerated and well, she then had some explaining to do right here. Fortunately, there is no specific charge for driving with bad footwear, so she was just given a ticket for negligent operation instead.
I could see how that could happen.
It totally happens. It's happened to me before, too. You get like your wedged underneath there. It's easy.
What a finish that was there, though.
It happens.
Yes.
Well, Tesla may soon be a privately owned company. And do you remember the Palm Pilot from back in the day?
I do. It didn't last long.
No, it did not, but it is making a comeback.
Those stories in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Elon Musk could be gearing up for the biggest leveraged buyback in history.
Yeah, Musk says he's considering taking Tesla private, buying it back for $420 a share, or roughly $82 billion. It comes as Tesla's Models S and 3 finished last in testing of their driver assist autopilot, failing to stay in lanes and hitting objects in the road. Fans of the Palm may soon have something to cheer about. A Palm-branded smartphone could reportedly hit the market by the end of the year.
Experts predict it'll run Android 8.1 and feature a physical keyboard. And do you remember sharing your old mixtapes with friends?
Yeah, Apple Music is now taking us back to that nostalgic time with Friends Mix. Every Monday, it'll compile 25 songs your friends are listening to into a customized playlist.
You'll have a good one.
So hopefully yours too. Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, sponsored by Allstate.
Fact is, every insurance company hopes you drive safely. But Allstate actually helps you drive safely with DriveWise. It lets you know when you go too fast and brake too hard. With feedback to help you drive safer, giving you the power to actually lower your cost. Unfortunately, you can't do anything about that. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
At McCormick, we're obsessed with flavor. It's why we partner with sustainable farmers to find the finest herbs and spices and blend perfectly balanced seasoning mixes. But you don't need to know all that. You just need your food to taste great, which we promise it will.
Back to school at Burlington, there's so much to choose from for so little money.
They have racks and racks of school clothes, lunch boxes, a gazillion backpacks, hats, sneakers.
All the great brands at a fraction of the cost.
Mom saved a ton at Burlington.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-965-2704.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-965-2704.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our nation's youth. We believe veterans earn their benefits through their service to our nation. We believe in a strong national security. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion, and we believe it makes a difference. If you believe, learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, Visit nbcf.org/hope.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
This morning, special team coverage as we get ready for the new school year starting next week. The theme this morning is school safety.
Plus, new information this morning on why Manatee's Deputy Superintendent has been suspended. We'll hear directly today from the school board chairman.
And check this out. Pretty sure this little guy got a ticket for straight up cuteness. We've got the story behind this photo that has gone viral. We have those stories plus your Wednesday forecast right now on Good Morning Suncoast. I love that one so much. I can't wait to tell you the story behind this. It's a good one.
That's like a Norman Rockwell thing.
I know, it's so cute.
A little boy looking up like that.
What'd I do?
Yes. All right, Josh Stone in the house, and for John Scalzi to check out the Wednesday forecast. Josh?
That's right. All right, we're looking at temperatures right now on this graphic in the mid-70s, so pretty comfortable to start our Wednesday. And not much to show you on the radar. It's quiet on this Wednesday morning, but that'll change later this afternoon as we'll have those pop-up showers and storms get going. As far as our highs today, topping out in the low 90s. Once again, the average for a high is 90, so we'll just be slightly above it. And as you can see, increasing clouds as we go through the day. More on your forecast when I return. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon, Josh. Let's check the roads right now. You'll notice on 301 as you leave downtown Bradenton, little blip on the screen there. Otherwise clear in Manatee County. Checking farther south, we'll see that in Sarasota County, the only congestion there is at 41 northbound as you cross over Bee Ridge Road. Otherwise pretty clear. And then South County, still an issue there on the 681 connector as you get off 75 and head toward the Laurel Nokomis area. A little congestion there. Otherwise clear at 531.
Well, we have special team coverage this morning for our back to school week as we gear up for the start of the new school year. Now, the theme that we're covering this morning is all about school safety. This morning, ABC 7's Marla Spence is live in Manatee County with the plan there on how to deal with any school threats.
But first, Jackie Kelly is live on the campus of Sarasota High School, where the city has closed School Avenue now during the school day, a plan that not everybody wants. Jackie, take it away.
Good morning, guys. That's right. I'm here on School Avenue, which is a road that runs right through Sarasota High School. And while this road is closed for a portion of the day, pedestrians are still able to walk through the campus using the sidewalk behind me. However, the district tells me that this school year, they're going to have fences up on both sides that doesn't allow access to pedestrians. They say now the only way someone can get onto the campus is from entering through the main administrative office. Along with not allowing anyone to walk on campus, School Avenue is now closed to cars from 6:30 a.m. until 10 p.m. And while this is a step to making the campus safer for students, the district says they still want more done.
It's just not enough because this is a campus that is always alive and always active. And that's why we have asked for the city's help in moving towards full vacation of the roadway.
And now the city tells me, and now the district actually tells me that they have put an application into the city asking for a complete closure of School Avenue, and they say they should know if there is going to be a complete closure by either December or January. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jackie Kelly, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jackie. Now, as parents buy supplies to fill their child's backpack, mental health counselors say don't forget the emotional backpack. Local certified counselors Poppy and Jeff Spencer say the emotional backpack is filled with all the solutions to the challenges the students face, from unfair treatment to illegal substances. The Spencers say it's essential that moms and dads equip their kids with all the tools, both tangible and emotional.
Parents are often thinking about loading up the backpack with all the items you need, books, notebooks, pencils, erasers, all those physical things, but we think it's important to have emotional things in the backpack.
So we suggest problem-solving skills, role play at the kitchen table to help difficult situations, reframing those thoughts that challenge us.
For the complete list of tips for parents to help kids pack that emotional backpack, find the story on our website, mysuncoast.com.
To make sure that your kids are up to date on their shots, the health department clinics are staying open a little later all this week. Starting today, the Sarasota Immunization Clinic on Ringling Boulevard, they're going to be staying open until 7:30 tonight and then 7 o'clock on Thursday and Friday nights. For other clinics and their later hours, you can just head online to mysuncoast.com.
Happening now, Sarasota police are in the final days of collecting school supplies before school starts Monday. They call it Pack the Patrol Car. You can stop by the police station near Payne Park and drop off donations in their police cruiser. It's going on until Friday, 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. Last year, they collected more than 2,000 school supplies. They're looking for all grade levels, from pens and pencils to backpacks. For a full list, go to our website, mysuncoast.com.
And as a reminder, we're going to have team coverage on Good Morning Suncoast all this week. We're going in depth on what Manatee County and Sarasota counties are doing ahead of that first day of school to get your kids ready.
And now a developing story. The chairman of the Manatee County School Board is now talking about why the deputy superintendent is off the job. Earlier this week, the acting superintendent suspended her right-hand man, Ron Serrana. The board chair, Scott Hopes, says the district has concerns regarding payments in the new enterprise resource planning software and implementation process. Now, the board chair Hopes, he says some of the payments may not have gone through the proper authorization, and they've identified some issues that they say need further exploration.
You know, we have over an $820 million a year budget. And we need to ensure that we have checks and balances in place.
Serrana joined the district 2 years ago.
Oh, check this out. A Northport family thankful an unwanted visitor has been removed. Sarasota County Animal Services had to step in and remove a highly venomous eastern diamondback rattlesnake from the garage at the home of the Clume family in Northport. Now, Tara, she spotted the deadly reptile as she was walking through the garage on her way to work. The snake was finally removed and then released back into the woods.
That I was in disbelief. I mean, I could feel my heart like pounding out of my chest because I was like, oh my gosh, it's a rattlesnake. Like, I could have died. I walked right by it. Like, I was like this close to it.
Wow, there are still plenty of dangerous snakes that are here on the Suncoast. As a reminder, if you ever find one in your home, your garage, or your yard, the advice is simple. Leave it alone, call Animal Services or Florida Fish and Wildlife immediately.
As we continue to track the red tide on the Suncoast, 3 manatees have been found dead in Sarasota County in the past week alone, likely victims of the algae bloom. Mote Marine is helping FWC recover the dead manatees. They brought one to the shore yesterday from Nokomis. Another one was found dead in Venice, and a third on Turtle Beach on Saturday.
We're just working as hard as we can to recover all those animals and respond to all the calls from the public. We understand people are really concerned, and as we are.
People are a little jumpy right now. In fact, scientists say they're getting lots of calls from boaters about manatees in distress when they really are not in distress.
Mote Marine Lab is also finding some new ways to help combat red tide using your cell phone. It's called Citizen Science Information Collaboration, or CSIC. It lets beachgoers mark the red tide hotspots where they see dead fish or maybe having some respiratory irritations.
It's a way to help fill the gaps between the information that scientists collect and our beach conditions reporting system.
Now, even more interesting, scientists have teamed up with NOAA to help train people to use a cell phone microscope. Get this, you get a sample of water, you upload a 30-second video of it on the app, and it will calculate the concentration of red tide in the sample by its shape, size, and swimming pattern.
ABC 7 is extensively covering the red tide bloom. Log on to mysuncoast.com/red tide to see all of our coverage.
Well, firefighters all over Florida will be getting decontamination kits to help protect them from cancer. More than 400 fire departments will get these kits that contain detergents, scrub brushes, spray bottles, even garden hoses to be used by firefighters after they're done with a job. Now, the goal is to reduce a firefighter's exposure to cancer-causing agents and to keep most of the cancer-causing toxins outside of the firehouse.
Things that are very harmful catch on fire. So the side effects of these particular elements become also part of the air that our first responders, our firefighters are breathing in, getting on their skins, touching their equipment.
Now, cancer rates among firefighters are about 15% higher than the general population. The majority of firefighters who died in the line of duty back in 2016 passed away from cancer. Sarasota County Emergency Services is on the list of stations that will be getting some of those kits.
Looking ahead to the weekend, admission to Warm Mineral Springs in Northport will be free on Saturday for Sarasota County residents. The park is open from 9 to 5. You must have proof of residency. Warm Mineral Springs is a water-filled sinkhole that people come from around the world believing that it has healing powers. It's the only one of its type in Florida.
Well, check this out. Busted! The family of a Massachusetts toddler captured the moment. Oh, little guy got pulled over in his brand new ride. The crime? The 1-year-old was driving without a license, but he was let off with simply a cuteness warning. Reporter Kiki Venzel has this very serious story.
He might be only a year old, but little Grayson Salerno has already had his first run-in with the law.
My sister-in-law had bought him a new car, and she wanted to give it to him for his birthday.
Grayson's mom says he was cruising around in his new ride, a red Mercedes, when a family friend, a Malden officer, stopped by.
And one of our friends happened to pop in. He was on duty, but he happened to drop in. He'd been wanting to see Grayson.
That's when Grayson was busted.
I think it was my sister-in-law who said this would be a cute picture.
Those pictures were quickly shared on Twitter, where they've already racked up thousands of likes and shares.
Page, and then my phone just started like blowing up with comments and questions.
And while his mom says this was a cute family moment, she's glad Grayson's citation can make people laugh.
I'm happy that so many people could just smile and get a kick out of it. And
Grayson's mom says despite the traffic ticket, she's confident he's going to grow up to be a great diver, and he already has the look down pat of what'd I do?
I know.
You'll learn that one.
That picture should be framed.
I know.
Love that the way he's looking back like that.
I know. What?
No ticket for cuteness.
No.
Ever happened to you?
No.
You got the ticket. You got the ticket.
I always get the ticket. Still to come, are you ready for Batwoman? Well, straight ahead, we're going to tell you which Orange is the New Black star has now been cast in the lead role.
5:41 right now on this Wednesday morning. Look outside our studios at Lemon at 10th right there. Let's get the Wednesday forecast now from meteorologist Josh Stone.
All right, Ray and Stephanie, I think we're going to have a beautiful sunrise. We have clear skies right now, 76 degrees, dew point at 75, humidity at 97%. At this time, the radar is quiet. That looks to be the case for most of the morning. Then by the afternoon, well, you know the drill. Heating of the day, sea breeze convergence, a few showers and storms we get going. We'll talk more about this and, of course, have the outlook for the first day of school next week coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
What do you get when you cross your tired, aching back with this fragile egg? The Egg Sitter Cushion, an amazing new flex cushion that supports your backside and spine so well you can sit on an egg without breaking it. Incredible!
You want me to sit on this egg? Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this. I don't even feel it. It didn't even break? Oh, I was wondering about that. Now that's a good cushion.
The honeycomb design is constructed of Elasticor that absorbs pressure points by collapsing in on itself. That's why even this egg won't break under direct pressure. Now long days at the office will be more comfortable, dinner more enjoyable, and painful car rides a thing of the past. Get your Egg Sitter Support Cushion for just $39.99. It comes with a free non-slip washable cover and our 10-year comfort guarantee. But wait, call right now and you can get a second cushion. Just pay separate fee. Call now.
Call 1-800-232-1564. That's 1-800-232-1564. Call now or go to eggsitter.com. Order now.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Okay, welcome back. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone. Today is Wednesday, hump day. We only have 2 more days till Friday, and we're walking out to temperatures. Very pleasant right now. Mid-70s and even the low 80s over here in Cortez, 81 degrees. Actually, we kind of skipped ahead, so I'll just go with it, right? Temperatures around the country right now are cool. Up to the north, 66 in Minneapolis is what they're dealing with, 64 in Denver. But boy, they are dealing with some excessive heat warnings out here in Las Vegas. Temperatures well above 100 for highs. Right now, looks like it's 81 in Phoenix and probably lower 80s around Las Vegas. So it's cooled off, but they've been dealing with that. And for us, our highs today are going to top out in the low 90s. And once again, that's about average for this time of the year. But we will feel like it's 100 degrees outside with the heat index value. Now, if you're flying out of SRQ for today, it looks like there is no delays right now going to Atlanta, LaGuardia, O'Hare, or Charlotte. Looking good there. We have dry air on top of the state of Florida, but it's kind of fading away. Remember, the last few days we've had a much more tan color on this graphic, which shows where that dry air is. But now, not so much. We have an area of high pressure to the northeast of Florida. That is now slipping southward, and the return flow around it was bringing northeasterly, easterly winds over the last few days. Now it's going to be coming up from the southeast and then eventually the southwest, and that southwesterly wind will start to ignite those showers in the morning hours moving onshore. Then with the heating of the day and the sea breeze convergence, since more of a southwesterly, westerly wind will take place, the convergence will happen inland, and then those showers and storms will be pushed further east. That's going to happen over the weekend and into early next week for the first day of school. But for today, we're still kind of in that transition period. We're calling for a 30 to 40% chance of shower activity, and those storms will fire in inland and then be tracking towards the coast. Looking at the tropics right now, well, we have a subtropical storm. This is called Debbie in the northern Atlantic. It's moving over cooler waters. Sure, it has sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, but as you can see, it's moving away from land up towards the north and northeast and will stay away from the United States. All right, the beach and boating forecast looks like this. South winds at 10 knots. Seas 1 to 2 feet just offshore with a light chop in the bays. Temperature at the beach today will be about 90. Expect for the most part, most of the day, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Then in the afternoon, a little more cloud cover, and those showers and storms will get going and then push offshore towards the Gulf of Mexico. So 91 will be our high today, mostly sunny skies, and then we'll have an easterly, southeasterly wind becoming southwest in the afternoon. Breaking down the next 7 days, for tomorrow and Friday, only a 20% chance of shower activity. That's our transition period. And then over the weekend is when we'll have more of that southwest westerly wind. It's going to be muggy. We're going to have lows in the upper 70s and low 80s, and the showers and storms few in the morning, not a big deal, but the bigger, heavier storms will take place inland, and then, as I said, those westerly winds, the steering winds, will take those storms and push those eastward. And then that'll be the case for the first day of school next Monday. On the bus stop, maybe going back home, there may be a few showers and storms, but I said, again, the heavier storms would be well inland. We're talking maybe east of I-75 and then push eastward as we go through the later evening hours. And that looks to be the case lingering into Tuesday, and then more drier filters in next Wednesday, and we're calling only for like a 20% chance. That's your forecast. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Josh. Take a look outside and check out your first alert traffic. Starting to see a couple delays right there in Manatee County, but those are just the normal ones. 301 and State Road 70. Starting to see some slowdowns in that area. Then in the top half of Sarasota County, those roads are still looking pretty decent around this time in the morning. Even University Parkway is running pretty smooth for the most part. Heading a little bit farther south into South County, 75 and 41. Both of those are running pretty decent as well at this hour. It is 5:49, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, here is the strangest line you'll hear all morning. Batwoman is out of the closet. That's right. The CW announced a TV version of the DC Comics character. Orange is a new black star. Ruby Rose, one of my favorites. She is going to play the first openly LGBT superhero in a TV series. Batwoman's alter ego, Kate Kane, has been openly gay since 2006 in an effort by DC Comics to make its publications a little more diverse. The show is expected to start off in the 2019-2020 TV series.
A certain boy, Wizard, returns to theaters. A leading man is on hold again. And an Oscar winner sings with some help. Here's David Daniels' Hollywood Minute.
Mr. Potter, our new celebrity.
Here's an event Harry Potter fans won't want to miss, Wizarding World XD Week. Starting August 31st, to mark the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone hitting U.S. bookstores, Cinemark XD theaters will show all 8 Harry Potter movies, plus the spin-off Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Tickets are $5 a show or $25 for a festival pass.
Dude, what are you're ruining the take.
Another Chris Pratt project is up in the air. First Guardians of the Galaxy writer-director James Gunn was fired, putting that franchise in question. Now, according to multiple reports, Cowboy Ninja Viking, based on the graphic novel, has been put on hold indefinitely, a month before Pratt was to begin shooting in London. The action flick was slated to hit theaters next June.
Mr. Sokawa, may I present Ms. Suncoast? It is a great pleasure.
The pleasure's all mine.
Here's your first look at Bel Canto, based on the best-selling novel about a world-famous opera singer who becomes trapped in a hostage situation in South America. Oscar winner Julianne Moore and Oscar nominee Ken Watanabe star. Real opera legend Renee Fleming provides the singing, and the movie hits theaters September 14th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
5:51 right now. We'll have the day's top news headlines after this on Good Morning Suncoast.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-871-1644. 800-871-1644.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator, there was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs, stop the crimes.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Welcome back. It is 5:55, and here are some of the top stories we've been following for you today.
Red tide might be to blame for the recent deaths of 3 manatees found the past few days around the Suncoast. Moat Marine found 1 in Nokomis and 1 in Venice and one more in South Siesta Key.
Plus, a reminder for drivers next week with the start of the new school year. School zones are back into effect. Morning hours start around 7:30, afternoon hours start around 2:45. And another reminder, you do need to stop when buses have their red lights flashing and stop sign on, even if they're across the street.
And a chance to experience warm mineral springs in Northport. The park is waiving the usual $20 admission this Saturday for Sarasota County residents. I did that once.
You did that once. Yeah, coming up in the next hour, more team coverage on back-to-school preparedness, what both Manatee County and Sarasota counties are doing to prepare for Monday. And every vote will count indeed in the Ohio special elections. Why this election could go down in history, and why salmonella is thriving this summer in more restaurants than usual.
And Monday will also show our back-to-school pictures.
Oh, just way back.
Scalzi
from the dinosaur days.
I bet Scalzi's is in black and white.
Oh, poor John Scores. Poor John Scalzi.
Stay with us, folks. More news after this.